Are you Matthew Aldridge?
I'm the attorney of fact for Matthew Aldridge.
You were what?
The attorney of fact.
Attorney what?
Of fact.
Attorney of fact. And what does that mean?
You know, his authorization to do legal representation.
Are you a licensed attorney?
No, I'm simply an attorney of fact.
Okay. And does that mean you have a power of attorney? What is your name? What is your name?
All right, everyone. Today's courtroom hearing is something else. We've got a man named Matthew Aldridge, or at least that's the name on the official documents. But the person standing at the podium is refusing to acknowledge that name. Instead, he's calling himself an attorney of fact, which, to be clear, isn't an actual legal title. People who make these kinds of claims often insist the court has no power over them. But here's the truth. Courts have full authority over anyone within their jurisdiction, period. The judge isn't fooled for a moment and quickly takes control of the situation. The way he handles this man by the end is both sharp and professional. Let's get into it.
My name?
Yes, sir.
I don't have.
You don't have a name? Pardon?
I'm the attorney of fact for the respondent mayor.
Well, let me explain to you. Only an attorney at law can stand in court and represent a criminal defendant. And to do so otherwise violates the criminal law statutes of the state of Tennessee and could land someone who attempts to represent themselves as an attorney at law in serious trouble. I understand what you're saying. I understand you're saying an attorney in fact. And what I want you to understand is that if you have a power of attorney, then you need to demonstrate that power of attorney. Do you have a legal document called a power of attorney?
No, I do not this time.
Okay. Then you don't have any authority to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge in this court. You have no legal authority, nor do you have any authority through a legal document to represent or to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge.
Why don't we court just let me file this document?
Show it to the bailiff and he'll show it to me.
Have a copy of it.
Oh, apparently there's a copy here.
So here's what's happening. This man is insisting he's an attorney of fact. And to prove it, he even handed the judge a document filled with self-made legal language. You didn't see it on camera, but the paper basically quoted a fictional law claiming he could represent Matthew Aldridge. Now, for anyone wondering, real attorneys must be licensed by the state and follow official legal procedures. There's no such thing as a one-page, do-it-yourself legal right. These individuals often talk about jurisdiction, as if declaring themselves separate from the law makes them exempt from it. Spoiler, it doesn't. Courts follow established federal, state, and local laws, not imaginary ones. Honestly, I keep running into these strange cases, and it makes me wonder, is this mindset actually growing, or do I just keep finding the odd ones? Let me know what you think in the comments.
Right. Well, I find that Matthew Neal Aldridge has failed to appear personally in this court for the plea day on his case, which is set for trial tomorrow. And as a result, you have no standing, sir, under what I know what you're trying to do is to try to use the sovereign citizen approach to this situation. And I'm simply telling you that you do not have the right to represent Matthew Neal Aldridge. If you are, in fact, Matthew Neal Aldridge, then you need to say so and stop this nonsense, because what you're attempting to do has no legal effect. You cannot challenge the criminal law or the jurisdiction of this court by simply filing some legal mumbo jumbo having to do with civil litigation. That has civil litigation in it. It is not a criminal case that you have cited. So it has no effect on this court regarding the criminal statutes of this court. This court is empowered under the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the state of Tennessee, and by the duly elected citizens of Cheatham County to empower and enforce the laws of the state of Tennessee. And that is what I'm going to do regarding Matthew Lynn Aldridge. Mr. Aldridge is set for today to appear in court personally on what we call our last plea day before his trial date tomorrow.
Is that an Article 3 trial?
To what?
Would that be a article pre-trial, a trial by jury with jury?
It would be a trial by jury, certainly, it would be. But I don't know who you are. And I don't think you have any authority if you are not Matthew Lynn Aldridge to appear before this court. And you're wasting valuable time to all of these other citizens who are here today. So when I'm talking, you stop talking. No, you will when I'm finished talking. You are wasting the court's time by doing this. And I'm just simply instructing you that if you are in fact Matthew Lynn Aldridge, then this is your last day to settle your case. The trial date is set for tomorrow, and unfortunately, it will not go forward because of the fact that I have a conflict and I have to be in Stewart County on a civil matter. So we're going to assign a new trial date for Matthew Lynn Aldridge. All right, to Matthew Aldridge and the individual standing before me whose name must not be uttered.
Now, let's talk about how the judge handled the situation with complete professionalism. He stayed calm, firm, and in control the entire time. Every time the man tried to push his attorney-of-fact idea, the judge carefully dismantled it using real law and logic. At one point, the man even refused to say his own name, and the judge's reaction was priceless. Usually, judges stay very composed, but this one made it clear he wasn't wasting time entertaining nonsense. It was obvious from the start that this hearing would stay on track no matter what. In the end, it just proves how pointless these courtroom stunts really are.
Then we will set a July 15th trial date for Mr. Aldridge. Whatever this document is that you have filed is in fact invalid because it does not cite any valid criminal statute, and therefore I'm denying whatever that might be in the way of a motion. The trial date will be July 15th. The last day for Mr. Aldridge to enter a plea or go to trial will be July the 8th. July the 8th. Now, we're going to give you a card. If you are in fact Matthew Aldridge and you're just playing games with the court regarding this nonsense that you filed, then you may get this card and you may go on about your business. If you are not Matthew Aldridge, then I would suggest to you, you relay to Mr. Aldridge that he must appear on July the 8th, or a bond revocation will take place, and his case will be will take place with him in jail, incarcerated on the 15th. That's the judgment of the court. You need to take your piece of paper and go on about your business.
People who call themselves sovereign citizens believe they can opt out of the legal system by rejecting government authority. They often reference common law or the UCC, the Uniform Commercial Code, but completely misunderstand how those laws work. Here's the fact. Courts operate under federal, state, and local laws that have existed for centuries and are backed by the Constitution. There's no loophole that lets someone decide the rules don't apply to them. Unfortunately, some individuals waste the court's time with these baseless arguments, and instead of winning anything, they often walk away with added legal trouble. The whole idea falls apart once you understand jurisdiction, meaning courts have authority over anyone in their area, regardless of what someone personally claims. Trying to use these tactics to avoid penalties or skip legal responsibility never works, and can even make things worse. Honestly, I don't understand why people keep doing this. Do they really think they've found a way around the system? Or is it just about wanting to rebel? Either way, it doesn't work, and it usually backfires. That wraps up today's breakdown. If you enjoyed this courtroom recap, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.